Hi, I just released a new record. It's by my trio and it's called Start Stop. And I thought it would be fun to do a series of videos alongside the record. So I'm going to do one video for each tune, and I'm going to tell you something about it and how to play it on the guitar. So let's start with the first tune. It's called Skipper, and it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the composed part. It's like a riff or a repeating chord progression, and it's pretty simple. So maybe you have noticed I'm moving the same voicing over the neck, and it's never changing. So it's actually always the same chord, and it's the chord voicing that I really love. I think it sounds fantastic on the guitar on the 3 low strings. It's the second inversion of a major triad, or you could say it's a major triad with a 5th in the bass. So it starts with C, which are the notes G, C, and E, and then you just have to move that shape. So it goes from C to G to F sharp to D and to E. That's the first half. And the second half is pretty much the same except for the last chord. So it is C again, G, F sharp, D, and instead of going to the E, we play these 2 notes from the D chord. So it's the note A and the note D. So after you play the D, all the 3 notes of the D chord, you just play these 2 after that. I'm going to play it for you slowly and count along because of the rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I remember composing this. I was sitting on the couch, can't remember exactly, but what I remember is that I took some reminder videos, because always when I'm playing guitar and working on stuff, when I find something that I think is nice, I take my phone and do a reminder video. And I did that of that tune. And what I was working on and what I am still working on is to find harmonies that are somehow bluesy but different to the normal 12-bar blues harmonies. Because I realized a lot of the players that I admire, somebody like John Scofield, or my all-time hero Bill Frisell, but also Robin Ford or Mike Landau, they have some really beautiful tunes, or they play great solos that have this really bluesy touch, but they use different harmonies underneath that. And also there are some tunes that I really love. Something like Goodbye Pork Pie Hat, really bluesy melody, pretty catchy, singable melody, but the chords are complex. There are a few tunes by excuse me, a few tunes by Wayne Shorter, something like Speak No Evil or 3, 4, 5 Fum, also pretty bluesy melodies, but different chords. But it's not about jazzing this up. There are also some examples from the blues. Do you know that song Where Did You Sleep Last Night from Lead Belly? Really bluesy, but different chords. And one of my all-time favorites, it's by Skip James. The tune is called Hard Time Killing Floor. Pretty, if you listen to it now, it sounds, although it's almost 100 years now, it sounds pretty modern. So he's not playing, 1, 4, 5 at all. It's different chords. So I thought about what chords do belong to the blues that are not just tonic, subdominant, and dominant chords. And I came up with a bunch of chords, and I'm just talking about major chords now, that belong to the family of blues chords, I would call it. So maybe that's something for another video, but let me show you quickly. So if we are in E, and I think of the tune Skipper, I think of it in E. So, but here the family of blues chords. So if we are in E, it would be F, which is somehow like E minor, Phrygian, and it would be F sharp, which is from the E diminished. It would be G from E minor. Then it would be A, which is the subdominant chord. Would be B flat. That could be some kind of inversion of a E half diminished. Also pretty nice and bluesy sound. Then it's, after the B flat, it's B, which is the dominant chord. C is also from the diminished, E diminished. There is D, which is from E minor, and that you hear in a lot of rock songs. If you are in E, you go to D and back. Then I would also add E flat, which is also from the E diminished. And I think of the diminished thing as a really important part of the blues sound. And then it's E again. So all these chords from Skipper, C, G, F sharp, D, and E, come from this family of blues chords. And I remember trying to puzzle them together in a beautiful way. So I came up with and when I'm improvising, I'm playing in E. So because it's kind of blues in E-ish. There are some chords where you have to be a little bit aware, I think. So probably it sounds nice if you play your E minor pentatonic, but some chords, they fall out a little bit. And I'm going to loop the chords for you, and then I improvise a little bit and tell you about it. 1, 2, 3, 4. pretty nice already. You know, that's cool, and I'm doing this a lot of the time. But also I am aware of the chord changes, so when it comes to F sharp, for example, I try to really incorporate that note B flat at that point. And also when it goes to E major, I try to do something with the major third, add it to the minor third, or play it instead. So it's like, you know, thinking of the pentatonic, but at these certain points, you know, adding the other notes, adding the right notes of the chord. 2, 3, 4. So that would be an interesting way, and you know, I do it on purpose, and I'm also using the minor third, the major third, and the flat 5, so the G sharp and the B flat. Sometimes I use it not at the right places, sometimes on purpose and sometimes by accident. Because I like to mix that thing up a little bit. So I'm playing this major third of E, I'm playing it over the C, for example. Give it it still has that blues feeling, and it's a little bit weird and seems to be a little bit risky, and I think that tune invites you to do that, to try something and take some risks and, you know, going a little bit dissonant. You know, that would be two ways to use the pentatonic and then use these other kind of blues notes, or you could also say it's chromatic. I don't know. Or you could try to really play the changes, what I'm doing sometimes, but not so much. So really play like C, G, F sharp, D, and E. Let me try it. 2, 3, 4. Could work, is fun to do, sounds to me a little bit like someone practicing. But maybe I was practicing because I'm not so comfortable with it. Anyway, so this tune is like an experiment for me, or it's like something I like to do, getting some of that blues atmosphere, but with a totally different harmonic background. And that's what I like to do. I'm not a authentic blues player and will never be, of course, but I love this music so much, and I highly respect it. You know, it's not about messing this up for fun, but as I said, I love this music so much, and you know, I wanna do something with it, and it inspires me to think about it and to try out things and to do it in my own way. Well, I hope that was fun, and I hope you like it, and maybe see you in the next episode. Thanks. Bye.